Hello, everybody. This is Tom Prendergast. It's a couple of days after our last meeting. We wanted to make a recording about what we covered in that last meeting, which was May 2nd, I believe, where Douglas
Yeah,
and I talked about the wallets, the Wheel of Fortune, and our future focus, and a lot of things that we're getting ready to launch. So I thought we would just go over those things point by point. I know that one of the things I was particularly focused on is we're getting really close to this wallet being launched. The wallet is a milestone. It will establish many things: the launching of the apprentice program, the opening up the ability for you to buy ILPs with Market Hive Coin, the countdown on the ending of Entrepreneur One upgrade, upgrading to it, or reestablishing a suspended Entrepreneur One. This does not mean that the Entrepreneur One program is going away. It just means you won't be able to get it through us at the end of that 30-day period. You'll have to buy it from other people. And when I say that right now it's free, that means there's no setup fee. You sign up for it and you start paying the monthly fee of $100. We will eventually have an exchange for the Entrepreneur One, just like we have for the impressions. We have fluctuating impressions as well. There's some people who've had questions about that. We're upgrading the ability for you to pay with cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about that. So, in general, I'm going to hand it over to Douglas because he's the guy who's doing all of this stuff.
yeah, great. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, we're making great progress in everything Thomas just outlined. I'll start with the cryptocurrency. As you all know, we're using a service from a company called Coin Payments, and they're good company stuff, but they just we don't like the way that they do some things, or we don't see eye to eye on some stuff, and they're making us go through hoops, and the customer service is a little lacking. So we decided to bring that in house, which is what we're doing. And so the byproduct of that is we'll be able to control our own destiny. There's no fees there, so that always helps with you ILP holders and your Entrepreneur One level members with your ILPs and such, because that's just adding to the less expenses, more profit type of deal. And also another byproduct of that is we're going to be able in the long term to offer up many, I call them mini crypto merchant accounts for super groups. So and all your Entrepreneur One level members, pretty much every group you start can be a super group and can use. You'll be able to accept cryptocurrency for your business or your idea or your passion or whatever it is in there, and it goes um, right into your wallet, and there's no middleman and all that good stuff. So we're well into that project. It's going great. We're testing it out right now. We got our own server up. It's our own merchant server basically. And along with that, we're also creating our own node for the Cardano network, the Cardano blockchain. And so the server is all configured. It's a fairly complex configuration because you got to have a an online one and a backup one, and they got to be secure, and they got to update each other and stuff. So we got all that done, and we're loading the we're down almost to the easy part, which is just loading the actual node software and put it in the required 88 coins, and then we'll start being a node, which means we'll start authorizing and reconciling transactions on the Cardano network, which that's where all our wallet will be. That's where all our coin, the Hive coin, will be running on. And is as you know, we're partnering with Cardano's services team, and they're actually doing the bulk of the technical work, which is good for us at Market Hive because it'll get done very quickly. There's no learning curve there, and they'll be able to get our first version 1.0 of the Hive coin running on the Cardano network, powered by 88, up and running, and then also help us with our wallet, and also get on to the Hive coin onto all the exchanges. The good part about partnering with Cardano is they got a good reputation out there. and pretty much every exchange that you see ADA on, that's potentially where the Hive coin will also be able to be exchanged. And if you've been reading the headlines today, within the U.S. bank basically announced today, almost every bank, 6,000 branches, 375 bank or 9,000 branches, 375 banks announced they're going to start accepting and holding uh, cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So that's as far as adoption news in the cryptocurrency world, there could be, and in the United States, there could be nothing bigger than that. I got a funny story. One of my businesses, we had a bank account, a U.S. bank, and they basically, this was last year sometime, not less than a year ago. They basically wrote me a letter that says, "We don't like that you're wiring to Gemini. We're shutting your account down," and sent me a check with a balance. Didn't ask, didn't check with me, did nothing. Just shut it down. Didn't like it. And now the U.S. Bank is one of the leading banks in this consortium. That A company called NYBit is going to handle all the custodial, the holding of the bitcoins, and then Fidelity Information Network, I think it's called Fin, is going to do the transactions part of it. And so it's exciting news, and we're going to, we're right there. It's gonna help us as Market Hive, because the whole industry is gonna, the adoption in the industry is getting greater and greater, and our coin will be right there in the thick of things. Cardano's next. They're already making
Oh,
partnerships with.
well,
Uh,
their growth right now is almost straight up on the
yeah, straight up.
on their coin
Yeah,
worth.
not only in just their coin, but also in their adoption rate across countries and industries. It's growing. We made a good divine decision to move over there because we're hitting it right at the right point. It's like we're right before the tipping point, which is awesome. Which means it's only, in my mind, it's really, the future is really, really bright with that. So that's what's going on with the wallet and the blockchain and Cardano and the Hive coin. As you know that we've said it in the past, but if you don't know, right now we're calling it the Market Hive coin, the MHV, and we're going to be changing that to Hive coin, and the ticker symbol or the coin symbol will be HIVE. And we got, it's everything's up to lawyers to do the trademarks and all that good stuff. Tom can expand on that if he wants to. So that's all in process, and then um, we, as I think I hinted at this or talked about it on Sunday. We have a new upgraded onboarding sign up login process, because we were using, this was another one where we're using an outside firm to do our what's called an OAuth, outside authorization, where you use another uh, um, login like Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn to do your authentication for a new user or to an existing user. And we were using a company for that, and then their service got not as so good as got less and less and less the customer service. So we brought that in house, and that's all done and completed. The only thing we're waiting for is a final approval from Microsoft for Outlook logins and from Yahoo for Yahoo logins. But everybody else is done, and it works great in the development environment. So as soon as we get those two final authorizations, we'll roll that out into the environment that you guys see, and it won't change much what you're doing. It'll just make it easier and not so buggy. Because we're controlling everything ourselves, we don't have to rely on a handshake to an outside company and then a handshake back. It's all on our server now, which is great. And so those, that annoying problem where the icons disappear in certain browsers, that will pretty much just alleviates that problem. So that's good too. Uh, the shopping cart, the underlining engine is done. We're just basically doing the we're loading up the shopping cart with the Market Hive products, which is like this spin a wheel thing with the donation and the different subscription levels, which is right now will be the apprentice, and the entrepreneur one will close it, but will continue to operate it through the new shopping cart, and you'll be able to pay with the credit card just like you do now. You'll be able to pay with crypto, and then in the hopefully very near future you'll be able to pay with Hive Coin. So that's all in process and ready to go. And I think as far as the big projects go, well, there's two more things going on. We have a full blown, like we talked about, YouTube replacement all done. We got the server going, the software's in there, it runs great. It's 50% integrated with Market Hive. We got to finish that last little bit. And integrated means when you log into Market Hive, you'll be able to upload and see all your videos and everything, and it'll all be stored in Market Hive's video environment. But you could also be able to post it out to YouTube's and Venmo and BitChute and all the Patreon and all those other channels. And so that server is ready to go. And then we also have a conference room server that we built with a conference room software. And the server's built, the raw software is there. We just have to customize it for the feature that we want, and to integrate it into Market Hive. And for you Entrepreneur One levels, this is a feature that you get part of, for what you're paying that $100 a month, is be able to use that, and not have to, buy more stuff to get more seats or you use the great tools of, green screen and all that. Excuse me, let me turn that off. And all that good stuff. So those are all exciting things that are coming up right around the corner. But initially, the move to Cardano, the wallet, and the new shopping cart will be rolling out in the very near foreseeable future. So I think I'll throw it back to you, Thomas.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about the shopping cart. I was talking to my sister the other day, and she wants to start her own business. She's my younger sister. We get along pretty good. And she does these shows where she sells the stuff that she sells, and she wants to get it online. So she's already asking about it, and I got to thinking about it. She wants to build a website and do all the engineering and all that. And I said, if you go in that direction, you're going to be working on that thing for years before you even get your first sale. And it made me think, we've got these storefronts, our groups, so the entrepreneur and the apprentice will give you the storefront upgrades in these groups. So I wanted to talk about that for a second so everybody understands what we're doing with these storefronts. They're going to have your own shopping cart, programmable shopping cart, and they're also going to have your own merchant account, a Bitcoin version of a merchant account. So when you set these things up, you can create a capture page that will embed this stuff. You've got a landing page, and you got a shopping cart, and you got a merchant account. And so we're going through this process of designing it, and we're in the process of bringing on a team to do a whole new thing with our capture page system as well, so that this will actually have widgets where you could take this and go put it on your own domain, or you can have people come into Market Hive. But what this does is it allows you to offer the Market Hive aspects, or our perks, our airdrops, our benefits on top of what you're doing, so that you can, instead of just having somebody come to your eBay account and order something, they come into Market Hive. Now you've got their content information, and it's all validated and verified because we're doing KYC. So you know that that's their real name, that's their real address, and you can communicate with them through texting and through email and through events that you can build into Market Hive, because we already got the majority, or the foundational stuff done for our own conference rooms. Douglas didn't even mention that. That's all going to be built into these systems. But take it even further than that. You're now going to have a system that projects itself to bring in, through inbound marketing, a lot more traffic to your stores. That's pretty cool. So one of the things Douglas and I have run into issues is when we're talking to a potential investor, and they say, well, what does Market Hive do? And we think we do a pretty good job of explaining to them the forest from the trees. Market Hive is a really big project. Nobody in their right mind would even try to do what we're doing in Market Hive. And I don't know if we're in our right minds or not, but it's a vision, and we can guarantee you it's a vision because we've seen the miracles that have brought us to where we are right now. But for all intents and purposes, it's done. We're just putting in final type polishes and things into this. So what I decided to do is to create a contest, because where can I find that talent to write an article or to write a script on what is Market Hive? So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do And in the next couple of days, I'll get a group set up and I'll send off an email and launch the contest. And the contest is basically, what is Market Hive? It's you're gonna write it out on your blog, on a blog, and it's going to be kind of like an elevator pitch. It can't be long-winded. It has to be really to the point. You're trying to explain to somebody who doesn't know what an elephant is, what is an elephant? Well, some people tell you it's a long ropey thing. That's their tail. Some people say it's like a big trunk of a tree. Well, that's their legs. Some people say it has, really big leaves. Well, those are the ears. So I will be putting this contest together, and the type of things will be, it has to be a article, a writing that I choose. So yeah, that's going to work. And if I do choose, and I'm going to use it for that purpose, I'm going to give the person who's successful in that an ILP and $1,000 worth of Bitcoin or Cardano or Ethereum or something like that. There will be small perks for entering into this contest because we can use some of your content. We may say, well, this isn't going to do that, but this would make a good article. There will be coin contests. There will be we'll give you like free spins in our Wheel of Fortune, et cetera, et cetera. So that's coming, and I think some of you could probably do a pretty good job of solving the solution for me instead of me having to go to Freelancer or Fiverr or hire somebody from Upwork to write this, because you know what Market Hive is. Now keep in mind that we are also working on, I don't think Douglas touched this or I wasn't paying attention, we're bringing on a new news feed that actually is like 4 news feeds. It's like a YouTube, it's a curation, it's a blogging platform, and it's a news feed. And all 4 of those are now going to be front and center right into the main news feed. The news feed is going to be searchable, and it's going to include all the videos that are uploaded by Upgrade people, the apprentice and entrepreneur ones, but all members will be able to see it. It's going to include blogging. So when you blog and you're an entrepreneur or an Upgrade, like an apprentice, everything you blog, you will have the ability to put it right into the news feed, a whole new design that we're working on. The same with curation, and curation is very powerful. So that's coming, but in order to explain this to a potential investor, we have to be real simplified and explain it by what is the benefits of Market Hive. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. We are bringing on crypto merchant accounts, which means that you won't have to go out and get that. It'll be part of what Market Hive has, the ability to accept Bitcoin or Ethereum. But as we get our wallet launched, and as we bring on the Hive Coin, which is the new Market Hive Coin, it's the new name for it, your merchant account really isn't going to need anything else in it, because that's going to be tradable, because we're going to be on the exchanges, and so it becomes a viable commodity or viable economic tool. All right, so I'm looking through my notes here. Coin drop perks, texting, widgets for capture pages, nodes. Oh, so many of you have been with us. Remember when we were talking in depth about our, what do we call them? Hive servers? What were they called, Douglas? We didn't call them Hive servers.
Hive centers, Hive data centers.
Yeah, where it was like a greenhouse and a data center underneath it, all that. Well, we have figured out how to get this thing rolling, and we got our first one. We're in the process of putting together our first Hive server node. It will be the proof of concept that allows us to create this massive database, distributed database, which is the core or the nucleus of an atom. So when you think about our advanced technology, what we're doing, this is something nobody else has ever done. We are going to create a distributed database where we are handling hundreds of billions of trillions of terabytes, and it's distributed across the planet, and it is controlled and secured by the outer blockchain of our wallets, of our nodes, of what's traditionally known as a blockchain. So we are now in the process of putting this together, our first proof of concept, to get in that direction of going. We also are in the process of creating multiple clouds for our data, because we are a massive data system. We're a social network. We're a marketing network. We're an inbound marketing platform. We have blogs and videos and a lot of activity and a lot of membership producing a lot of content. And we don't want to be a single source of all of our content. We want it to be distributed across the planet so that there is no point of failure. This is very important. And what's coming in the future is a lot of darkness, and there's a lot of changes in the way things are working. And we are being proactive and being in front of that curve to make sure that we have a system that allows every single human being on the planet to have sovereignty, to have liberty, to have freedom, to have the ability to create income. 90% of the population of the world is unbankable. They don't have credit cards. They don't have debit cards. It's really difficult for them to enter into the economic prosperity of the internet without having some type of solution, and Market Hive is offering that solution. So I just thought I'd share that. It's an important part of what we do. And we're coming out with the B-Coin. So this B-Coin design that I'm making, the B-Coin is like the Satoshi of the Market Hive coin, which is the Hive Coin. So you got Hive Coin, B-Coin. And it makes for a really great slogan. It takes 1 million bees to make a hive, right? And it's kind of like, it takes a village to raise a kid. Well, it takes a swarm to make a hive. And so the B coin kind of represents that, and it's 100 millionth of a Hive coin. The Hive coin, we're in the process of getting it trademarked. We've already acquired quite a few of the assets of it. And if any of you are going out there and acquiring these assets, you're going to face the wrath of our attorneys. So don't do it. I already think some of you already have. You'll hear from us because we have the trademarks and we will have the main domains. We already do. So don't think you're helping us out. Just stay out of that whole process, because we are going to have the same amount of coverage like we have in Market Hive. Market Hive, we have all the domains, we have all the social networks, we have all the trademarks, we have all that stuff. We're doing the same thing with Hive Coin. It's been abandoned. And so this is very important for us to have this done. As we launch our wallet, we will be known as, our coin will be called Hive Coin. So you go search it, it's going to be, you go into like Coin Market Cap, you search Market Hive, you're going to find, Hive Coin. You search Hive Coin, you're going to find Hive Coin. You search the word Hive, you're going to find Hive Coin. You search the word coin, you're going to find Hive Coin. So this is very important that we have that ability and that distribution, because we are going to be the most powerful ecosystem out there. Now you look at Binance. Binance created a very vertical ecosystem with a coin that's primarily used just for processing coin purchases, transfers, and stuff in their exchange. And by doing this, their coin launched at something like a nickel or less than that, and it's now, I think it's pierced into $600, and we're going to be 1,000 times more effective and much bigger than that. And we are also going to build our own exchange as well, and our exchange will have its own very uniqueness. So keep this in mind, that this is the directions that we're going in, and the money that we're making from you right now, just being subscribed to Entrepreneur One, is making this possible for us to do that. So do not underestimate us. This Entrepreneur One program that we put together, we're giving you everything for the loan. It's a loan. You're giving $100 a month to us. It's a loan, because at the end of every year of consistent payment of that $100, we're giving you 1/10 of an ILP. Now, you look at LinkedIn, and we will be as big, if not bigger, than LinkedIn. There's no ifs in God's plans. When God says he's going to do something, he does it. And God has told us over and over and over through the actions and the things that have happened, this vision, we're going in that direction. So I'm telling you right now, you look at 20% of LinkedIn, and they do $1.5 billion a quarter. The share that you have with an ILP will be significant revenue to pay you back as the interest in your loan to us. So the Entrepreneur One is a loan. It's not revenue, it is a loan. You're loaning that to us. So keep that in mind. Do not let that get by you, because We're going to pull that away because when we get to the point where we launch our coin and our wallet, we have a whole new level of our revenue coming in. We won't need the entrepreneur program like we need it right now. Right? Enough said on that. I think that pretty much covers it, Doug. I mean, I've forgotten a few things that we've talked about this weekend.
It is not going away.
No, the Entrepreneur One's not going away. We're just closing the ability for you to get it from us. All of you who have Entrepreneur Ones and you keep them active, you get to keep them for life. If you want to sell them, you can, because there will be people who are going to, who are, they came in too late, or they weren't paying attention, or they didn't think it was worth it. I mean, think about you have a Hive. Think about you have an Entrepreneur One program, and it's making you 1/10 of an ILP. Let's say you got 10 of them. That's every year. That's making you an ILP. That ILP is a source. It's like an oil well. It's like It's like the goose that lays the golden eggs. So you can sign up and get it right now. Keep it. The ILP that it earns you, that 0.1, that 0.1 or that 1/10 of an ILP. I've had people ask me, okay, well, I've paid my 12 months. Now, do I get the Entrepreneur One for free for the rest of my life? It's no. If you don't pay, it drops back to free. But the ILP that you have is yours for life. And that ILP will represent a payment back on 20% of the revenue of Market Hive to a share. So if you have 1/10 of a share, you're going to make 1/10 of a share's worth of that 20% of revenue.
Yeah.
Now, we've got videos all over the place that explain this over and over again, so I don't want to get into great detail trying to explain it to you here, but let me put it to you this way. If you bought a Bitcoin, you have a gold bar. If you set up a big, huge server farm that does the mining, now you have a golden goose. Well, in effect, Market Hive coin is your gold bar, and your ILPs are your golden goose. So the ILP is similar to having a mining facility, but you don't have to have all that technology. The ILP will just pay because it's based on a loan. So it's basically a loan, and you can sell it to other people. You can transfer it. You can at the end of your 20 years on it, you can reactivate it for another 20 years with a very simple administrative process and a small fee. So it's ongoing. I wish I had an ILP with LinkedIn. You would be wealthy, and we plan on making that the case. We're going to be one of the biggest. If you look at our traffic that's coming to our site, we're in the top 10, not 10%, top 10 of all the crypto systems out there. We have an Alexa ranking around 4,500. That's where it's established right now. Now that we've cleaned out a lot of the traffic exchanges people were using that was creating false traffic, which destroyed our account with Google, our AdSense, because Google picked up on all of this fake traffic coming in, and as we investigated it. So we've had to build filters and systems in that to create that stuff, keep it from coming in. This seems to be a thing that MLMers do. They think that if they have a lot of fake traffic coming to their websites, they'll get people signing up. It doesn't work that way. Traffic exchanges are motivated by, I mean, you look at how a traffic exchange says, you join my traffic exchange and I'll let you mail the 100 million people that I have in here.
Same with the safe list.
But what they don't tell you is those 100 million people are going to be emailing you. So everybody uses a fake email address, and nobody pays any attention to anything anybody's doing. So all you got is a bunch of fake traffic eating up bandwidth and making you absolutely nothing.
And safe lists.
Oh yeah, I mean, safe lists are all part of that. I don't want to drone on and on about that. I'm really, really excited about where we're going with Market Hive. I'm really, really excited about we're building our first node. We've already started to lay in that. I'm really excited about the trademark and turning the name of our coin into Hive Coin. It's just perfect for what we're doing. We're looking into incorporating in Panama for Hive Coin, so we can build an exchange. We'll have our own exclusive exchange. It's going to be built inspired like how Binance built theirs. We're going to have very unique aspects to our exchange. We're not going to copy Binance. We're just inspired by what Binance has done, is to create niches and exclusivities in our exchange that nobody else has. So this is just more benefit and more revenue and more value to the entire system. I think that's it. You got anything else to say, Doug? Are you?
Nope. I think we summed it up fairly well for this week.
Yeah, I think so as well. So everybody, see ya this coming Sunday, and look forward to the Wheel of Fortune. I guess I'll talk about that. We're gonna have five categories of the Wheel of Fortune. There's gonna be the dollar, the 5, the 10, the 20, and the 100, and every spin will be a winner. There isn't going to be, oh, sorry, you didn't win anything like you get with some of these Wheel of Fortunes. This Wheel of Fortune will have, it'll actually, the higher number ones, the $50 and the $100, will actually be giving, some people are going to win, like an Entrepreneur One for Life. Some people are going to win 1/10 of an ILP. Some people are actually going to even win a full ILP. Not very many, but that possibility will be there. So make sure you come to our meetings, because we tell you a whole lot more there, and they're very inspiring. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is Tom Prendergast signing off. Thank you, Douglas, for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.